Reactor, roll off.
What's up, Reactorites? I'm John.
I'm Mike.
And in this video, we're going to be reviewing Kubo and the Two Strings. It's the latest stop-motion animated movie by Laika. And Laika, they've done, Paranorman, they've done Box Trolls, and they've done Coraline. So if you watch any of those movies, you can kind of know what to expect for this one.
Mm-hmm. Or could you?
Yeah.
This was different. This was. I wasn't ready for this. Like we were told, John told me we were gonna screen it, and wow, like I was just completely blown away.
Yeah, I also wasn't ready for this too. Like I've covered the film like when the trailers came out, but I still didn't know much about the story because if you've seen the trailer, the premise is it stars like this boy. It's like a Japanese tale. He tells stories. He's like a storyteller, and there's magic involved. It involves like he's like on a journey to find his dad, who's a samurai. And so with that, what we saw was like just whoo. It's like wow.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. I think we were gonna do a reaction to the trailer, and we just didn't do it. But I know we watched it, and even from that, you don't have any idea how big the story is.
Yeah.
And I think it's better not to know. I think it's better to like just go in kind of blind, or at least, obviously, hopefully the trailer attracts enough people because this movie deserves to do well.
Yeah, it does. And I really enjoyed it. There are like parts where I almost. Okay, I teared up. I teared up, and I was like, "Wow, I've never felt this emotional for a stop motion animated film before."
Yeah.
Like my favorite before this right now. It's a bold statement by me,
Okay.
but I think this is my favorite stop motion animated movie.
Okay. What was it before?
Before that, it would be Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think I'm in the same boat with you because I mean Nightmare. It's got the songs. The songs are catchy.
The songs are catchy. It's fun. It's just a fun movie to watch, and you could just pop it in and just watch it over and over again.
Now this movie is pretty heavy. Like I wasn't ready for how serious it was gonna get. It's obviously like it's still kid friendly.
It's still kid friendly. You got like some funny moments here, but it's really heavy in terms of it's a story about family, and it's about love and loss, and it just really hits your heart. Like it's
Does it pull on your heartstrings?
Yes.
Woo!
This guy here. But yeah,
I've been saving that. Since we left the theater. I was like, I'm not gonna say this yet.
But yeah, Kubo, he's a character that he loves storytelling, and he cares. He cares. He takes care of the people around him, and he has a power because he's a storyteller, but he uses just his like magic to tell the story. Like he has like paper and it forms to origami. Storytelling just comes to life.
Yeah, and we're trying not to reveal too much of the story because it's the biggest part of this movie, really. Animation is amazing.
Oh wow, this is because when you think of stop motion, you think of like sometimes it can look really crude. Just you can tell it's a stop motion animated. Like here, you can still tell, but I think it's they've been proving the process so far, and it sometimes it feels like it's like CG, but then you can totally tell just the life, like the face, like one of the characters, one of the villagers in the film, the old lady, like her animated face, it just comes to life. Like when she's happy, when she's excited about Kubo coming to tell her a story, you can just really feel like the animator is moving her face around. But then it just it feels authentic.
Yeah, and like even the monkey, who's one of the main characters. When you see the face, like the facial animation and the eyes, like when it's expressing, whatever emotion just through the eyes and the face, it's like it's very detailed. And like even in some of the action scenes, you could see like the individual whatever petals or whatever they used to make it seem like it was hair.
Yeah.
Like they would move and they would shake whenever she would move.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was intense. It was amazing. But,
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And the villains, are like pretty creepy. Like
Yeah.
they're pretty cool. And I was like, I'm kind of scared.
And yeah, because the premise is it's dark, and I mean, if you've seen Coraline, you understand. Like, because I mean, Coraline was still pretty dark.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Coraline,
Yeah.
the part with the spiders, like it just creeps you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the button eyes and all that stuff. But yeah, like it's still similar in that vein, but it is definitely creepy.
And I think the thing with like this movie compared to like let's say Coraline, this one has a lot of heart.
Mhm.
And for this one, I'm just rooting for the characters.
Yeah, you really get behind Kubo and like his story and his journey. This is his journey.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, you're just like, I was talking to Johnny in the last couple, what would you say, last 20, like 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I was just like, I couldn't breathe. I was trying not to breathe so I wouldn't cry because I was like, this is so sad.
You pansy.
This is so sad. This is so like rooted in emotion and like heartfelt. Like you're just like, oh God, just stop.
Yeah. But yeah, this is. I'm surprised. This is a great work from Travis Knight. He's the director for this movie. This is his directorial debut,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been like looking up some more information about it. I was like surprised. Oh, he's the son of Phil Knight, the co-founder of Nike. It's like, oh, and the owner of Leica Animation Studios is Phil Knight. So I didn't know this before. So now that I know, like this is. Just knowing that Travis Knight, before becoming a director, before becoming an animator for Leica, he was trying to become a rapper. That failed. His rap career didn't go anywhere, so he became an animator, and now he's directing this movie, and I think he did a bang-up job. So
Yeah.
just props. Like he found this is it. This is his
calling.
This is his calling.
He put down the microphone
Yeah.
and he picked up a stop motion camera.
Yeah. And I don't know, he did good. It's like
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
This is great.
Soundtrack is great. Obviously, it's very whatever Eastern,
Japanese influence.
Chinese,
Yeah.
Japanese influence. Cast is really good too. You got Ralph Fiennes, you got Charlize Theron,
Yeah.
you got Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. And then so you got
Oh,
some heavy hitters. Yeah. Some.
Rooney Mara.
And for those that are like thinking, hey, well, what about the Japanese voice actors? Well, you have George Takei.
Okay.
And you have Kari Hayuki Tagawa.
Okay.
Or is it Hideyoki Tagawa? He was Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. But yeah, they're in it. And so some people might have issues with like the white cast, but just if you enjoy like a good story and just a good story, that shouldn't matter as long as they can tell you the story, and you're just rooting for Kubo. So we definitely recommend you watching this movie. If you have the chance to watch it on Dolby Cinema, which includes Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, watch it on that because the colors really pop. It's very, very vibrant, and like the dark scenes are so dark. It's just
There's nothing compared to it. Like I remember watching Coraline in the theaters, and then watching Coraline on Blu-ray was completely different.
Yeah.
There's so much like the smallest little fiber details that you miss out on, and I think it's kind of similar with this movie as well because there's so many colors and so many things going on that you miss out on certain like emotions or the feeling of being in that movie.
Yeah. So definitely check it out. With that said, I'm John.
I'm Mike.
And we'll see you guys next time. We're going to have a little game
Okay.
on is this DC character Suicide Squad member? So, was a person ever a member in Suicide Squad?
Okay.
And
Who's gonna play?
So I want to be testing